Yo, what is going on, boys, and welcome back to the channel once again today, for we are going to be playing with this absolutely insane double prince deck that applies so much pressure up both lanes. You can have some serious damage with the Goblin Giant evolution going up one side. You can apply some serious pressure with the two princes going up the other side, and you can do some real damage with this deck, boys. We have the bomber in here to get some splash damage on the ground. We got the phoenix in here, one of the best aerial troops in the game, and we're running triple spell, which we know is hard meta right now. So without further ado, boys, let's hop straight into the games. And yes, guys, we are hopping into game number 1 against Ahmed here, and we are doing this in a challenge just because I don't have all of these evolutions, as a free-to-play player. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, it can get quite difficult, but we are going to be going into it today and playing this deck that is going to be insane, boys. You guys all know, I'm sure you guys know very, very well, that whenever you mix Prince and double Prince into one deck, it becomes a force to be to reckon with, and it is going to be so strong today, boys. I have no doubts about that. So we'll hopefully get some good game playing for you, boys. I would ideally be playing this at 9,000 trophies, as you guys know I like to do, but we can't always do that just because I want to show you guys the best decks, and sometimes we just got to do that in other ways. So you guys will also notice that we are running the bomber today. Now, the bomber is, or not the bomber, sorry, the cannoneer, I mean. It's kind of similar, I guess. But the cannoneer is one of the best troops in the game, or the best towers in the game right now. It's just so strong for a lot of different reasons. It does so much damage, but we're going to be giving it a go today, boys. Using it, it's a bit of a change. I normally always just run Princess Tower, even during the whole Dagger Duchess meta. I just ran Princess Tower, but we're going to be running the Cannoneer today, boys, and see if we can make that work. Now, we take the first tower up to the left so easily on that counter attack with the Goblin Giant, and we've multiple benefits. We get around cycling to the Goblin Giant sooner rather than later, and it just makes our life a little bit better. Now I'm going over the bomber here to clean up this firecracker as soon as we can. And look, I have both my princes up the left side going strong. Now I actually want to know, what do you guys think? This is a bit of a comment question of the day, I guess. What do you guys think about the fact that they haven't buffed the Dark Prince in the same way that they buffed the Prince and the Ram Rider? They did it to the Prince and Ram Rider, but they didn't do it to like the Dark Prince, the Battle Ram. I'm not sure if there's anything else that charges, but if there is, you guys can let me know. But what do you guys think about it? 'Cause I think it's a bit... It's kind of strange, if you're going to buff one of them, I feel like the buff speed should be done to all of them. But in my very unprofessional opinion, none of them should be like to 2 tiles. The speed at which the Prince charged at is absolutely outrageous. I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with that, but maybe not, but I think it's ridiculous how quick it cycles right now. But that is besides the point. Boys, we are about to hopefully take this right tower here too. Doing really well. Let's hit the arrows. We got a perfect timed Goblin Giant for my Phoenix to come back. He misses the log. He didn't have the elixir for it, and that's going to be a 2-tower game coming in clutch. And let's hopefully keep applying the pressure. We can get around to a 3-tower game. He's going to take my tower, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about that too much. It's pretty much a win from here. There's no way he comes back from this. And that is going to be it for game number 1 by the looks of it, boys. And we will hop straight into game number 2. And we are back for game number 2 here, and I want to discuss the evolutions we're running. So, we are running the evolved Goblin Giant and the evolved Zap. Now, you guys probably wondering, why am I not running the evolved Bomber instead? I just think the evolved Zap works really well in this deck. It kind of gives you that little bit more of offensive and defensive power whenever it comes to it. Now, I know that the Bomber is so strong. I always rant about how good the Bomber is, but I feel like it's really just personal preference. At the end of the day, I'm a big enthusiast for you can really run any evolutions you want, and you can do well. I don't think there's specific ones that you have to run to work, but it is just up to whatever you guys want to try. And if you do decide to use a different one and you do use this deck, let me know if it works for you. If you use the bomber and you feel it works better. I'm very intrigued because I think this deck is very strong right now and could definitely be a menace no matter what's an ensemble of evolutions, if I can get the words out, that you use. Now we're gonna go for the Phoenix in the back against Mr. Caleb here from the Boys of USA. That's a great clan name. Okay, let's just go for a bomber and see what we can do here. This guy's gonna have the Inferno Dragon. I might just zap the Inferno Dragon to hopefully let my Phoenix do a bit more damage to it. Yeah, so we'll go for the zap right about now. Slow it down a little bit, and the zap's gonna take quite a while to get out. Isn't that just wonderful? Now, I'm just gonna play this pretty calmly. I'm actually gonna go my Goblin Giant into his Knight here. I know a bit rogue, but you know, sometimes you just got to make these plays, and he's going to do a lot of damage to me here. But I think if we just go for our Dark Prince and we go for our Phoenix, we will definitely, it'll be close, but I think we can hold the tower up for now. Because with the power of the Phoenix and the Cannoneer combined, it's just going to be a nice combo for us. So, we take a lot of both towers. We have a lot of damage up both sides, but, you know, we haven't quite managed to take an actual tower yet. My Phoenix only a good amount of damage here done, though, which will be very, very nice. And we have a really, really good damage up both sides, which is, I mean, it's nice. I won't say no to it, but I would very much appreciate if we could get one side down, you know, that would be quite nice. So, let me go in for my Goblin Giant here. I'm probably going to end up losing my tower here, to be honest. But, you know, we'll not worry too much about that right now. Hopefully we can pull this back and we can get a tower of our own. I'm going to have to go for my Phoenix here on defense. He's going to go for the freeze, which honestly is going to cause me some issues. I'll go for my Prince here up the right side, and hopefully I can manage to win this somehow. We're kind of getting a bit risky here. It's getting a bit late into the game. We still haven't took his tower just yet, so I'm starting to get a little bit worried. But I think if we go for our Rage here and just kind of rage all this through a little bit, we might be able to kind of break through and hopefully take this tower. And that would be very, very nice. Can we get through though, boys? I'm not too sure. Please, come on. We're just not going to be able to quite do it. We can finish out. Probably a bit of misplays on my behalf, but we'll take the loss for game number 2 and we'll hop straight into the third and final game. And yes guys, we are back for game number 3 here after a rather unfortunate loss, but you guys know how we do it. We show our wins, we show our losses, and we're going to hop straight into the third game, hopefully make up for it and not take as embarrassing a loss in this game. So, I feel like we had a really good demonstration last game of, you know, the Julian pressure that you can really apply with this deck. We had so much damage up both sides, probably just a bit of misplaying on my behalf. We couldn't quite manage to finish it out, but hopefully this game we can justify that, have a little bit of a better play, and not be as bad, for lack of a better phrase. So, we go for the Phoenix here onto the blue, and that's going to clean up quite nicely. I'm very intrigued to know what this guy's playing as of right now. Bit of a random assortment of cards so far, but I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve. I would really, really not like to play against Lumberloon again. That would not be ideal at all, but let me just see what he's going to do right now. We'll just cycle our Zap onto his tower. No point in holding onto it and leaking Elixir whenever I can cycle and get around to that Evo a little bit quicker. Now let me go for my Dark Prince in the back here and just see what he's going to do. It's the cheapest option. It's something he'll have to defend or else he'll take a lot of damage, and it gives us a bit more insight into his deck. So he drops the Bowler. Now the Bowler is going to be one telltale sign of the fact that he is probably playing Lumberloon. Because, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys, whenever you come against your Lumberloon, you probably see, you're more than likely to be playing against Bowler at the same time. So, it kind of gives us a bit of an insight into what we're going to be having to deal with here, and that we can expect a Balloon probably quite quick, or a Lumberloon push probably at some point soon. You'll never see it from it, boys. It just always comes to get you. Now we're going to go for the, if I went for the Goblin Giant sooner, we probably could have kept onto that there, but we couldn't quite manage to do it this time. And we're going to go for the Zap here onto the Fur Dragon once our Goblin starts spawning, and that's just going to give us a bit more time with the Royal Giant, or with the Goblin Giant alive, to allow our Gobbies to go and run onto the tower. Now what can we do, boys? We're gonna, no point leaking, we'll go for the Prince here, kind of down low, get a good rush going, and he's gonna go for his Balloon. Now his Balloon's gonna go in front of his tank cards. Really, really bad place from him. It's gonna kind of bail us out for this one. We'll go for the arrows here. We still take the shot. Kind of bad plays on my behalf, to be fair. Just pretend I didn't do that one, and let's go for the Evo Zap here onto the Wizard. Get that taken out ASAP, and make sure that we get a little bit of damage done. We're also going to have the Phoenix in the air doing its work, and we'll go in for the Prince here while the Dagger Dutch is still low on shots. We're going for the Dark Prince as well. They're going to keep just overload the pressure up this left side. Go for the Rage here as well, and nice, that's going to be that left tower gone. He's in for his Rage, which is really, really bad considering you know, there's just nothing there, and that's going to be a nice and easy third game, boys. Just could have, if this was another minute, we probably could have took this 3 crown pretty easily, but we're going to drop just short today, and that is a really good final game. So yes guys, you did see the power of this deck today, and as I said, you can kind of swap these out as you feel fit to do. I just kind of like having that Evo Zap there. I just feel like it adds a little bit more offensive power, but it's really up to, you know, user preference. So if you did enjoy today's video, boys, do be sure to like and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss out on deck builders like this in the future, and I will see you all in the next video, and peace out.